We've talked about what kind of immediate impact we think Zion can make. This is a pretty impressive list.
Look at
Mike,
Tim
when you're
Duncan.
doing your scouting report, do you feel that Zion can be on this kind of list with that kind of team win differential his first year in New Orleans?
I really do. I think he's not just the best prospect, but he's the best player. He's an immediate impact guy. And I love the fit, too. You know, I think Alvin Gentry wants to get up and down. He wants to play small. Even with Julius Randle, right? He played 70% of his minutes at the 5 last season.
Yeah.
And I think that's where Zion has a chance to be really special in closing lineups.
Sir.
Maybe you start him at the 4, move him to the 5, kind of like that death lineup we've seen.
I think it's a great fit. I agree with you, Mike, because for the simple fact they put a great group of guys around him. Right now, New Orleans not like they got talent. They got Jrue Holiday. You know, they got Brandon Ingram. They actually have talent around them, man. I think with Griff running the show and Alvin Gentry, I think is great. The only thing I must tell Zion, because I played in New Orleans for a year, man, hey, you got to stay disciplined and stay away from the cage.
We're showing the food for a reason. It's not a small thing for a guy who's that size, right?
I'm telling you, I had a problem with it.
He said he had a
That's not a joke. It's real down there.
It's real life, yeah, man. I was down there every day.
How much weight do you think you gained your 1 year in New Orleans?
About 30 pounds.
Really?
Oh, man.
Easy. I wasn't playing. I was just down there.
Down there eating. By the way, New Orleans is ready. This is Union Street. Now it's Zion Street. I love this.
I'm loving
that they're already making way for their new star.
This is huge.
You were watching that interview, and you said what since he wrapped up?
He said you asked him what he's going to ask the players
pros.
when he goes to Team USA camp. And he said, what do you do with all the free time? And that's, in 20 years of working in this business, the first time I've ever heard a player ask that question. Because most of the time, guys are like, oh, I can't wait to get drafted. I'm going to buy a boat, and then I'm going to go party, and then I'm going to go to Vegas. And he's sitting here saying, man, like, what do I do with all this free time? It's an incredibly intelligent question from someone who realizes he's going into something that he knows nothing about.
Absolutely.
And what Perk said, putting him with Griff, with Alvin Gentry, with Aaron Nelson, the head of the training department.
By the way, that is an unsung change that could completely change Zion's career from what it could have been with the previous arrangement.
So when you ask what kind of impact can he have, a lot of those names, they were great players, but they got to great situations. Tim Duncan, plus 36 wins, but he went to a Spurs organization that was top-notch already and just had a bad year.
With the David Robinson injury.
Most of the time when you're #1 pick, you're going to the worst team in the league, and it's the worst for a reason because they don't run things right. He's incredibly blessed to be going to a situation that's excellently run, excellently coached, and excellent facilities and everything.
I made some changes this year to get there. I mean, we can't pretend that this was the situation last year. How we got here is still exactly what you're talking about. The franchise was not run in a way to make them win because they did not win, and it was not run in a way to make Anthony Davis want to stay because he did not want to stay. These are just facts. This is not an opinion. And so they made changes, and I got to give Gail Benson credit, by the way. We talk about ownership in this league, and you talk about ownership being an advantage or a disadvantage. She made some hard decisions. She brought in a guy like Griff, who we all have a tremendous amount of respect for. She clearly is willing to pay for some of the staffing changes that they've made, adding some scouting staffing, adding some medical staffing that they've needed there.
They put more than $5 million into the facilities.
I mean, that's beautiful.
So I think we should give some credit to Gail Benson.